Alrighty, this is a quick and hot take of West Coast Wednesday. Yes, it's only going to be just a few minutes. I just wanted to give my personal take of the whole ordeal that went down in the NAPA Auto Parts 150, not 175, but 150. I will go into greater detail on this ordeal than I would on the next episode, which will be the full rundown of the Colorado race. And the reason why I'm doing the full rundown at a different episode is because I was at Texas Motor Speedway covering the truck race won by Greg Biffle and the IndyCar race won by Joseph Newgarden. Photos and writing running all over the place from the infield care center to the media center to go to victory lane and all that jazz. This is not what it's all about. But I will say this. The full Colorado rundown will be next Wednesday. And later that Wednesday, it will be the Sonoma preview. I figured to do 2 episodes on a single day. They're going to be done. Like the Colorado review, hopefully there's some time to do it. So where I can analyze it and get the full rundown, do the highlights, all that stuff. You know, the usual. And then the hype video should come out shortly thereafter. And then, of course, the Sonoma preview, which I will be attending. And not only that, it's going to be a different review for Sonoma. It's going to be a little bit more different. You'll get the video clip footage and highlights at another time. Just more than likely when they run the very next race in Oregon. So that's kind of your rundown. So let's talk about the last lap. How did that happen? Let's talk about the situation, how it went down. There was a late caution that just came out on the graphic board. I did caught that. But ultimately, it was mostly due in most part to Brittany Samora going down to the bottom, trying to get by Derek Kraus for a good, solid position. And then Samora lost control, spun around in turn number 1. It's been usually the theme of the year when it comes to Bill McAnally cars, mostly Hailie Deegan, where you go into turn number 1, you lose control, racing ordeal or not. And in this race, I only looked through a couple of information details. I've yet to see how the rundown is. I noticed that Cody Vanderwall had a phenomenal race based on the numbers. Wait till the highlights where I discuss if Vanderwall indeed had a really good one. And as did Hailie Deegan, because when I was at Texas, I was thinking, when I've heard what happened, it's like, did she let a lap? My question was, did she let laps before the white flag? Did she let laps? Turned out she did. This was based from what I initial thought is. This is a race that she was in control of. That she actually ran with the ball. Unlike the previous 2 wins where there's just a last lap bump in turn 1. And that's the only lap she led. In a race that were both dominated by Derek Kraus. So here was the situation. On the restart, Derek Kraus had a great restart. He dived to the bottom, pinched Deegan a little bit further away. So that's where people see the issue. And I totally see where they're coming from, because indeed Kraus did have a great restart. But hey, green, white checker, you gotta go for him. And he went very aggressive, pinched Deegan out of the way, and as a racing driver on the regional, if you know you gotta win, you gotta do all the bells and whistles. In Deegan's mind, coming to the white flag, she had her strong momentum, strong run, then coming to, so there were no bump in turn number 1. It was in turn number 3. Deegan just wiped out Derek Kraus, turned him around, go to a 360, just barely kept it off the wall, and then right behind him, that's the real trick. Both Bob Bruncati's Sunrise Force took themselves out. Jagger Jones got the worst of it, so there were double team troubles. So yes, McAnally cars taking each other out, Sunrise Force taking each other out, and as a result, Deegan went on to win her 3rd career K&N West, with tying Shauna Robinson for the most wins on a regional level. Whether it's K&N, Busch North, the Goodies Dash, of which Robinson got all of the 3 wins, so she's now tied with Shauna Robinson for the most wins by a female on a NASCAR National Regional Tour. Not National, because of course National is Cup, Xfinity, and Trucks. In case you didn't know what it was, there you go. So Deegan won. Social media roared. And how I found out about the whole Deegan ordeal, how she took out Derek Kraus, was somebody on Twitter that actually relayed me the news, which I totally appreciate, because if you relayed me the news on Twitter, I'll give it a watch. I'll briefly stop what I'm doing. I didn't find out until like probably shortly after Alexander Rossi's press conference post-race or after Graham Rahal. I think it was either one of those. More than likely, definitely after Rossi was done with the press conference before Graham Rahal came into it. So yeah, I found out, I saw the clip. It's like, wow. That's what it's like. Wow. As if this race weekend was already chaotic enough. Hailie Deegan dumped the teammate to win. And yes, Derek Kraus is still the championship leader. Then when I saw the clip, I was thinking, oh, Deegan, well, we'll see how that goes at Sonoma. And so I was like, wait a minute, what happened to the Sunray? How the hell is Cody Vanderwall saying, how the hell did Todd Souza got third? And then I looked at the top 10. John Wood got 6. Takuma Ko got back-to-back top 10s, which is good for him. And now he's now in the top 10 in the championship trail. Of course, Tanner Gray did not drove at Colorado. It's only 14 cars. And Taylor Canfield somehow survived. He wasn't really the culprit of the cautions from what I saw. I have the race ready to watch. I just have not seen it. So here's the thing. Here's my deal. It takes guts to win. You do what you can. Kraus made a bold move. And Deegan saw it as a way of saying, well, he moved me out of the way, so I'm gonna give him the receipt, and that's what she did. And people are just starting to realize that. A few were starting to realize it's like what she said in her on Twitter is exactly what she told me at Meridian. She'll repay the favor. She's like, you bump her, she'll bump you back. Period. That's how she is. And that's how you grow. People are going to be rubbed the wrong way, but that's, I guess, part of racing to a degree. Some view it as unethical. Some indeed see it as even. I saw it's like fair game. Sure. Eventually, she's got to win a race where she doesn't have to rely on the bumper. Because all of her 3 wins were lap passes. But based on what I've looked at the data, it looks like this was the race control. Or Cody Vanderwalls. Or Derek Kraus, because those were the only guys that led. And also, I was curious to know how. My question was about Brittany Samora. How was she in contention to win based on her tweets? Thinking, well, I'm going to keep an eye on that because that would be one of the motives. One of the things I need to check how she did. And another source I heard is that Trevor Huddleston was all over the place. He was not using his head all that much. So we'll see about all that stuff. But honestly, great move by Kraus. It just did not pay all that well off for him. I hope he knew it was coming. I don't think it was. But if there's one bright spot that I saw from him on his Twitter's concerned, that he was like, oh, look, I'm trending on Twitter. Oh, nice. Hey, if you trend on Twitter, right or wrong, well, that's not a good explanation. If you're trending on Twitter, hey, they're talking about you. Sure, most not for the right reasons again, but hey, that's going to bring the fuel for fire. You know what it's going to do? It's going to make Sonoma exciting. It's going to make it interesting. Will there be revenge from Kraus if he was put in those shoes at Sonoma? Of course, we don't know who on the Cup side are going to run, because those are going to be the guys to beat the Cup drivers. Or we don't know where Will Rogers run. So a lot of questions and answers yet to be told, and we need to figure out eventually when it comes to Sonoma. And you best believe it, you'll be hearing it on West Coast Wednesday. But first, after this episode, the next one will be the Colorado review, and then the following one is the Sonoma preview. That's just how life works. Taxes, moving, boxes, a lot of stuff. But what is my final verdict? I guess Kraus had what's coming for him. But it wasn't all that bad. It was just a little pinch, and that's it. It wasn't like a nudge or a dump from earlier. It's just pressing the limit. He got through the race. He served his opinion. And I don't blame Kraus. If I was him, if you have a great race, you go for it. Whether it's on that, just do it properly. The good thing is you didn't do it like Joe Graf Jr. did. I believe it was in Berlin, where you put somebody, you pretty much go doping to the bottom and make contact, try to take him out of the field, take him all of that, and won. I always people will be angry at you like Joe Graff. A lot of drivers were. I think it was just both Smiths, Sane and Chandler, were not happy with Joe Graff Jr. Interesting side note about Joe Graff Jr. He failed to qualify in an RCR car. Let that sink in. Joe Graff Jr., an ARCA winner, garbage at Charlotte, failed to qualify in Michigan in an RCR car. An RCR car. Anyways, that is my hot take. Kraus did really nothing wrong. Deegan did what she did to win, and that's what mattered. And don't be using the new Intimidator, people. She's not Dale Earnhardt. She's not Earnhardt, period. She's just have an aggressive, unremorseful nature, and hey, it makes the sport exciting. It makes her a camaraderie, a valuable driver in the future. I'm sure Toyota will help her out. She wants to win, period. She wants to learn, period. That's her style on the last lap. That should be a reminder. If Deegan is going to go for the win, be warned. That bumper will be worn out, the rear bumper. And for the driver who gets bumped by Deegan, the best thing you can do, the only one who would try to do it, but just did not have much power to get there, is Jagger Jones at Vegas. I say when that time comes, that's going to be feisty. I will say that. When there's the opposite coming to the white flag, we'll see. But even though many people say the West and the East and regionals and ARCA is just massively weak, but as long as the quality of races is good, there's really not much to really complain. That's pretty simple. Anyways, that will do it with my hot take. And for this episode of West Coast Wednesday, I wanted to put an episode out there regarding the race, even though there's no highlights, no review until next week, because that's how life is. And the same thing's going to be with Sonoma, but I'm going to make sure the Sonoma review is going to be different, because there's going to be two review episodes of Sonoma. One from my experience, from my vantage point, and then the one with the video package and all that, the traditional style, and of course the preview at Roseburg. But for now, until we meet again, that is just my hot take. Deegan did what she had to do to win. Kraus pinched her, and that's just part of racing. You do something, you're going to be repaid. Simple as that. Anyways, catch you guys later.